I'm going to get my first guest in here, and he's going to come join me. I'm going to sit down. This guy right here is Howard Bienstock. Welcome, Howard. It's good to see you. Thanks for coming to the party. Thanks for being our first. You can have a
remarkable house again.
You know, you're our first guest, and you're the only guest that's that is going to be here face to face. So that's fantastic. And I see. And now I can see my computer, and I'm not going to look at it right now. I want to talk to Howard a little bit. Howard, we've got to know each other over the last several years, and have done some fun things together. In fact, you know, it was a year ago right now that we were in Las Vegas together.
Yes, we were.
No.
2 weeks ago.
Well, anyway, it was in October, right? It was sometime not very long ago, about now a year ago. And you were going there to learn some social media stuff. I was talking about Twitter a minute ago. So I wanted to talk all about your business in a second. But Howard is a guy who went to this thing, couldn't spell Twitter. We went to this thing in Las Vegas called Blog World Expo. And when we came back, he got on Twitter. Actually, your wife got you on Twitter.
I think while we were there. Actually.
While you were there, actually, I think that's right. And now Howard is like in the top 1/10 of 1% of all Twitterers. How many followers have you got?
I've got over 30,000.
Over 30,000 followers.
I don't know what number I am, but there's a lot of people there.
There's a lot of people out there, and so Howard's a great guy. And really, the reason I wanted Howard to come on is Howard is one of the best networkers I have ever met. And there are a lot of people that know a lot of people, but there aren't as many people that I know that know as many people as well as Howard knows them. And so, you know, one of the things that I've been doing this month is writing these 16 lessons on 16 blog posts. And one of the things I wrote a little bit about the idea that we need to, you know, build and nurture our relationships. I think it's one of the things that you're really good at. So I want to talk about the shirt you're wearing in a minute, but before we go there, just tell me what are some of the lessons that you've learned about networking and about really building great networking relationships?
Probably the most important lesson is you got to care. I think, you know, one of the things you and I have known each other now 7 years, maybe 8 years. It's been a while. Yeah. And one of the things I liked most about you when I first met you is you actually, you know, put your hand out, did the hi, how are you thing, and said, and one of the things you made a comment is, if there's anything I can do to help you, let me know. And a lot of people say that. The reality was, I think I called you a couple weeks later and said, hey, Kevin, I have an idea about something. I needed some input from a leadership point of view. Could you give me a few minutes and we have a conversation? And you said, sure, absolutely. So not only did you say, if I need your help, you actually meant what you said.
I hope so.
And it's been, to me, that's very impressive, and because a lot of people don't. They say something and it's very open-ended or half full, and it's not really quality behind it. So what I've done and spent a lot of time doing is trying to meet quality people who have that same mentality. If I'm going to offer to help you, I mean it. I'll help you. I'll try and do what I can do. If it's not me that can help, I can hopefully introduce you to other people. You've done a fantastic job of helping me grow my network by introducing me to quality people that you know.
Some of them are going to be on here later.
That will be on here later. I think Jonathan's going to be.
Absolutely.
Jonathan Farrington's a perfect example. You know, fantastic human being, great accent, intelligent man. Also a king of networking and leadership, and just an overall fantastic person. But it's the quality type person that you want to meet, and everybody has in their relationship some of those people. My life work has been, how do I leverage as many of those as I can and get to know those people from the people I know, like, and trust.
So here's the great thing, and this is a lesson for all of us, is that, so first of all, thanks again, Howard, for saying that about me. I appreciate that. And the lesson is, most of us value things in others that we're exceptional at. Well, what Howard said that I'm good at, he's the king at. And so, you know, you care. And you know, I don't ever get a phone call from you that you don't end it by saying, let me know what I can do to help. And I don't ever get an email from you that doesn't say that. Now, a tweet is too short. It doesn't say that. But, and you know, anytime we're together, that's always what's happening. And it's really been a blessing. You know, you and Christine have been a blessing in my life, been a blessing to this business. And one of the reasons I wanted to have you on was because you model that so well, and I wanted people that don't know you from around the world to get to know you. And right now we've got, how many people, Guy, are watching this right now?
68.
68 people right now.
That's awesome.
Hi, everybody. So you've got two major businesses that you're involved in. And the first one, I want you to tell, you know, we'll get to one degree in a second, but tell everyone a little bit about your main business, because I don't think a lot of people understand this, and there may be people on this, at this party right now. I mean, if we were, you know, milling around Remarkable House, you could be telling. So tell them about your main business a little bit, because I think it's an interesting thing. Not everyone knows it's available, and you might really be able to help somebody.
Great. ROI Consulting is our primary business. It's called ROILLC.net is our website. And basically what ROI does is it negotiates contracts for our clients and helps them reduce their operating budget by approximately 32% across the board. We've done that by building large networks and relationships. So where most people buy in a market where there is a fair market value for a product or service, and that tends to be maybe from the low to the high if there's an actual apples to apples comparison, maybe a 5 to 15 point spread in that percentage. We've built relationships with the actual manufacturers, the vendors that provide the product, and know what true cost is because we've built strong relationships. And we bring them opportunity they would have never had. So they give us that information. In turn, we can then look at our client base and help our clients with the ability to get that same product or service they would pay X for by 30% less. And then we do that all on a contingency basis, so there's no fee to the client. It's all basically if we perform, which we luckily, knock on wood, have done for going on almost 12 years now with 100% success rate. I'm pretty proud of that. Our team is really fantastic, but we've been able to do that and provide that to our client base, and in turn, we share in the savings 50-50 with the client.
So no risk.
Zero risk.
I can come in and tell you, here's my big new purchase that I've got to make, or purchases, or for services like phone services,
yep,
or internet, anything.
Sure.
And you go off and work on it, and you come back with a better deal, and it can meet all of my criteria. Like, right, I've got to have certain delivery, I've got to have
all your specs.
It can be everything.
All your specs.
And sometimes you come back with exactly the same product.
It'll be exactly the same, and usually 85% of the time from the same manufacturer. But just because of our volume and our ability to know what the costs are, and the ability to make the vendors understand why this is a good deal for them, and even additional terms and conditions that'll benefit you, we can bring that to the table.
So, literally everybody wins. The manufacturer's not going to do this if there's not something for them.
Correct.
They're still making a margin.
Correct.
But a margin on something they weren't going to get otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
That is obviously hugely ecstatic, and then you get noises in the back here, and you too. So everybody wins,
That's the whole idea.
which is
That's the way to
fantastic.
network. It's win-win-win.